All right, guys, good morning. Um, this morning we'll be looking at the installation of our CentOS Linux distribution. And we have a lengthy video of our last class, and I needed to make some modifications on it, so I won't be able to be sharing that at the moment, but I want to share with us what is most important now, which is installing our VirtualBox and our Linux OS, CentOS that we could use for the practical class against our next class. I'm sorry the video is coming a bit late. I have to attend to some things in the office. So um, this is it now. I'm going to be sharing the link to us. So you can see I'm going to share the URL how to install CentOS 8 with VirtualBox 6.1 on Windows 10. All right, we're having all of this from the class. CentOS is what? CentOS is a widely used Linux distribution based on Red Hat Linux. In this guide, I'm going to show you step by step how to install CentOS 8 in a VirtualBox virtual machine. I remember we're able to prepare our VirtualBox and even prepare the virtual machine. The host OS is Windows 10, and then the tutorial consists of two parts: setting up what a virtual machine in VirtualBox. We did that. Then installing. This is where we were the last time, installing CentOS itself on that virtual machine or VM. So look at it. I shared the URL for us to download the last time, and then we move to created this space, all of this during the last class. I'm going to share this with us so um, we can move on from there. Now, upon installation, you see install CentOS. Remember that you have to click on install CentOS here, and then you choose the language, English, US, pick installation destination, automatic. I said we should try to make do with default on most cases since it's our first installation destination. Keyboard, you should choose the region, English, US, possible. Then language support, English, time zone. When we pick our time zone and our location, automatically it's going to pick. I remember we pick Lagos. Security policies, click installation source, local media. We should connect the Ethernet port. Software selection. Remember, we have to choose server with GUI here, please, because we're going to be doing so much with this virtual machine. Installation destination. Partitioning here, we should stay with automatic. Now, then we should begin installation. We should set our root password. Remember, your root password is your administrative password, and user creation is your password, full name, and begin installation, and so on. So I'm going to share this link with us, and at the end of this video I expect that we should be done. So I'll just do little of it again. So from here I say my machine, I say new. Remember we discussed this, and I said once you put in the CentOS, say lab, just to get a variety of name. This is not specific, it's generic. You can use any name convention. So you choose it. I said we should stay mostly with what? Default, 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 default. And after this, you should try and make some changes. It's important for ease of our installation. So this is bidirectional. Sorry, we should stay with CentOS lab. That's what we should do. Settings. Yeah, we should choose bidirectional here, which gives us the flexibility to copy from our host machine into the VM description. So all this is fine. So here we click on the empty and click here, and we can choose a disk file. This is Ubuntu, but then let's check, go and pick the downloaded CentOS OS. Remember, it ends with .iso. Click OK, and then we can power up the machine to start the installation process. Remember, test media and install CentOS 7. So we can move on from here. So now we can see the progression of the VirtualBox and the VM installation. So we pick continue here. So we click continue. So we choose date and time. I have to pick Africa. Place Africa. Africa. And our city is Lagos. Pick Lagos. So we have the time zone. We are done with that. Keyboard, we are good. Language support, we are good. Installation media local. We need to change this. I told us to server with GUI. Okay, that's server with graphical user interface. That gives us the flexibility. Okay, done. Okay. Remember, when you still have this yellow cursor, it means the VM is trying to install dependencies, checking the software, and make sure that everything is fine. But when we have it all grayed out, then we are good. Yes, so okay, so we have the installation source, local media is fine now. It's software selection, cool. So installation destination, I said we should always stay with the automatic, that's fine, go done. That has to be taken care of as well. So good security policy, content fund, say done, content fund yet. So network, should turn it on, done. So we can begin our installation here. So we need to now set our root password. Remember, this root password is your administrative password. This is very important. We must not forget. So I use networking at 123. This is because for us network. So it's a password, do not match network. So let me make sure we're using the same thing. So we are good. Done. So we should create a user full name. Say networking. So yeah, we can say networking. And king. The password, yeah, let's call him king at 123. King at 123. Okay, let's say Linux at 12345. Yeah, good. Let's just move on. Done again. Use any. It's not big, so you have to select a good one. So caps. So we have a stronger one now. Oh, so our installation begins and we can monitor things from here. We have to be patient here because it's going to take a while. And I'm going to pause the video. So we could see the progression of the installation of our operating system now. About 969 when it's completed. There's still some packages that needed to be updated. So you've got to be patient, and then also this is dependent on the speed of your internet. Okay, so thank you. You've got to be patient. So we're about 1,200 and something now from 1,348. So we close. So we have 1,340. Although upon all the installations of these packages, there's still need for updates and some other installation. Let's just be patient. And our internet speed is a determinant here. So we have the performing post installation setup task. So we could see configuring, creating. So just take your time, go through every of these. So we have complete, and then installation is completed, and now we can reboot. We have to reboot the system, the device, or the OS. Now upon reboot, we need to accept the license information. Click on this, click on accept, done. And click on finish configuration. So when this comes, we go to device, we click on the OS, sorry, the particular operating system we're using. We check this. So we click on first month. So then we go to machines and we click on reset. Do you want to reset the following virtual machines? This will cause any unsafe data in the application running inside it to be lost. So I say reset. Fantastic. So we could go ahead. So at this point, our virtual machine is going to reboot. So upon reboot, we can now log in. With our password. So we input a password and we choose English, next. Click on next. Nigeria, where we stay with English. Next. Feel like putting your email. So it said start using CentOS Linux. So we could click on this. So we can open our terminal here, and from here we are back networking. So we can see point W. So this is where we'll be starting our class in the next class. Thank you guys.